Hi, good afternoon. This is Arthur, the nurse from Henry Street. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry for the delay. So here today, I haven't seen you guys in a while, or you haven't seen me. Continue with different topic health, and today I just want to remind people that it's still hot out. We're having a heat wave, and please remember to continue drinking lots of fluids. If you feel too hot or you get chills, nauseous, vomiting, make sure you stay cool. If you don't have an AC, if you call 311, there may be some cooling centers opening. You have to check with them. If you have a friend who has an air conditioner, you may want to ask them if you can hang out if it's really hot in your apartment, or with, or 311, and you can call us too. So social workers are working with people on getting air conditioners, so make sure you follow up with them. Today we just point out a couple of things. The farmers markets have been around for a while and they're open. There's a map of them, of the city and with listings. I have many available. If you need one, please contact me at 347-563-1615, and I can get you a map as well as what they call health box. You can see very well. It looks like it's done backwards from my point of view, but it's basically $2 that you can spend at the market uh, in exchange for fruits and vegetables. So it's not just like a coupon, it actually is like $2. If you have an EBT card, for every $5 you spend, you get $2 back. So it's actually a pretty good deal in terms of buying stuff at the farmer's market. Um, I also have it in Spanish if you need it. Lo tengo en español. If you know a friend who wants it or needs it, please let me know. You can reach me at 347-563-1615. Also, if you know someone who's a Chinese speaking and may need the services, have them call Nelson at 862-308-0363. He's the other nurse from Henry Street, and he'll be able to help you get more health box in case you know. And this is important, aside from the heat, the water, everything we need to do. Um, we we want to continue choosing healthy meals or healthier meals and options as we get older. Um, some of the tips that we need to keep in mind, I think everybody, but as we all get older, and I'm way up there, is drinking plenty of liquids. Uh, Low-fat milk, fat-free milk, juice also helps get hydrated. Water is the best, but if you're not able to get enough water, almost any fluid would do. Just watch the grams of sugar, because a lot of extra sugar and added sugar can tend to make any one of us urinate more and actually dehydrate us a little bit. If you have a choice, I would recommend the diet. Um, Making eating a social event. Also, many of us, as we get older, we tend to eat in isolation and it causes different issues where we're not eating as often, we're not eating a varied meal. So it's always good to make it a social event, inviting friends, hanging out at the senior center when it opens. Right now, everything's unfortunately closed, but when the senior center opens and many of the other places, it's good to have in come and have a meal. Sorry about the extra noise. Yeah, it'll stop in a little while. Taking notice of how much we eat is another thing. Sometimes we eat out of habit. Sometimes we eat out of like, it's available. We're sitting down watching TV, reading a book, and we tend to munch on things. And before we know it, we go through the whole bag of potato chips. Um, So it's also be conscious of what we're eating and how we're eating and how much. Portion control makes a big difference in terms of of the amount of calories and carbohydrates and how it affects our weight and our sugar, especially for people who are diabetic. Um, another uh, healthy tip is eating a variety of vegetables. All the vegetables are good. The more colors you have of vegetables, the better for your health. Each color actually provides a different nutrient or vitamin. So it's always good to have the range of vegetables and of fruit and vegetables when we eat. Um, this is one that I think we forget, especially as we get older. Um, our teeth also need exercise, so to speak. So maybe most of us find that our teeth and gums change with age. People with dental problems, sometimes if we have dental problems, excuse me, it is difficult to chew fruits and vegetables or even meats. So when that happens, we're missing out on nutrients and vitamins that we need for that are recommended in our diet. When possible, is to try to make a varied diet from canned fruits and vegetables. They tend to be softer, easier to chew if there's problems with your teeth or gums. And you can still get the same benefits. Frozen vegetables are also good. Or buying fresh and cooking them. Usually steam preserves all the nutrients and vitamins, and then if you boil something, it tends to be bleached out with the water. Uh, and other soft foods, when especially if meat is meat, chicken, the red meats, or animal proteins of that sort are more difficult to chew. Tuna is a good um, substitute. Putting stuff in soups, beef soup, chicken soup. Also gets all the nutrients. You get to have the protein of the meats, and they're easier to chew. Um, Another thing that happens as we get older, it's our loss of taste, so to speak. Not that you're tasteful, but other like food has decreased taste. So many of us tend to add extra salt, thinking that it'll provide it, and it does to some respect. However, too much salt also is not good for our kidneys and our blood pressure, and excesses and when it's excessive salt. So using herbs and spices, so curries, chili chili powders, other spices, cinnamons, those kind of things tend to add flavor to foods without adding extra sodium. Other thing that we need to keep in mind is to keep food safe. And what do we mean by safe? Is it something that needs to be refrigerated? So excuse me, in order to keep safe is like, to save is to prevent illnesses. That's what I mean by safe. I apologize. So if we want to keep ourselves safe from any like foodborne illnesses, so we can avoid bloating and diarrhea and nausea and vomiting, it's good to keep track of the expiration dates if it's something that's canned and or packaged. Also, when we cook things, and be aware of how when they were cooked, how long did they last. Each food and each process can last from anywhere from a couple days to a week. If they have questions about that, you can give me a call. We can actually research the type of food and how you cook it and what the ingredients are, and we can estimate how long it can be safe for when we're storing it. Another thing is nutritional facts. As we get older, our metabolism is slower. Our requirements changed as well. Some vitamins and minerals are needed more. Some of them may be needed less. So it's important to read the food label. Food labels are full of information like carbohydrates. It's a big point for people who are diabetic or watching their carb intake, because those tend to raise our blood sugar a lot quicker, and for especially for people with diabetes can the upset the balance of those sugar levels in the blood. And lastly, um, vitamins and supplements. We should be aware of them. It's always a good idea to speak to a primary care provider to see if we have some deficiencies. Usually it's done at the time of our physicals. Calcium is pretty common that we need, especially in the winter months in the northern states, since um, we need also vitamin D, and that's processed through sunlight. When we're not in the sunlight, we don't produce as much calcium, so our bones tend to get brittle. Also, for women, they're affected even in more numbers than men, but it's important for everybody. So if you feel like there's any deficiency, check with your doctor to see if you can get supplements. Something with vitamins, it's good to take a supplement. The body usually takes what it needs and then gets rid of everything else it doesn't need it when you go to the bathroom or you urinate. It is important to see if you're going to use mega doses of vitamins. Please check with your primary care provider. At times, even vitamins in large doses can be detrimental to our health and dangerous, just put plainly. So if you're working on mega doses of any vitamin or mineral, please check with your primary care doctor. Again, thank you for coming. I know these are brief, and if there's any questions, you can always join me, ask your friends to join me. If you need health bucks, give me a call. If you have any questions about any of the things or comments about the things I spoke about today, you can also give me a call. The cell number is available for anybody. It's not an emergency cell, but during the week, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you can reach me at 347-563-1615.